Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about Form 8889 for Health Saving Account HSA. So basically, HSA is a health saving account set up exclusively for paying the qualified medical expenses of the account beneficiary or the account beneficiary spouse or dependent. So you can see 8889 is a health saving account form, and it is basically one page form and it has three parts. The part 1 is for HSA contribution and deduction, part 2 for HSA distribution, and part 3 income and additional tax for failure to maintain HDHP coverage. HDHP coverage is nothing but high deductible health plan. So basically the purpose of 8889 is to report the contribution including those made on your behalf or and the employer contribution, to also to figure out the HSA deduction, to report distributions from HSAs, figure out you must include in income and additional tax you may owe if you fail to be an eligible individual. So who must file 8889 form? You have to file form 8889 if you are any of the following, like if someone on your behalf including your employer made contribution for 2020 to your HSA account, you received HSA distribution in 2020, you acquired an interest in an HSA because of the death of the account beneficiary. So you can see in the part 1 line number 2, HSA contribution you made for 2020. If you made the contribution for HSA by yourself, then you have to report this amount to line number 2, and you have to check whether this HSA plan for yourself or for your entire family. You need to check this as well. Also in line number 9, if your employer contribution made on your behalf to your HSA account, this should be included from W2, like here I will discuss this in the software Drake later. And part 2 is for HSA distribution. If the total distribution in this you received in 2020 from all HSAs. So basically the 1099 SA is the form which will give you an idea how much is the amount of deduction, amount of distribution. Okay, let me have a look on this form, so then you will have a clear idea. Have a look on form 1099 SA. So here you can see the total amount of gross distribution code, and line number 5 for HSA, Archer MSA or MA MSA. So basically form 1099 SA reports the distribution made from HSA, Archer MSA and MA MSA, which I have already discussed. These distributions may have been paid directly to a medical service provider or to the account holder. So here the box is tick, and suppose the amount is given like $2,000, so you can get the amount of gross distribution for HSA for 2020 tax year in form 1099 SA. So now again we are going back to form here form 8889 health saving account. So here you can report the amount that total distributions you received for $2,000, and suppose you made the contribution for $5,000. Here you can report this, and you have to tick the whether this HSA is for yourself or for your entire family. Suppose this is only for yourself. Now whatever I have discussed But before that, just have a quick words on qualified medical expenses. Qualified medical expenses for HSA purpose are unreimbursed medical expenses that could otherwise be deducted in Schedule A. As a medical beneficiary, you can pay these expenses for medical for yourself, your spouse, or for your dependent. What I have already discussed. Now, please have a look in Drake. So you can see here in adjustment 8889 health saving account. Just go there, and what I have mentioned that if the HSA contribution and deduction is for part 1, and you have to select the box to indicate taxpayers coverage under HDHP or high deductible health plan. Suppose this plan only for taxpayers, so you have to take here the contributions you made for 2020. Take an example, $5,000, and for part 2 HSA distribution, what I have already mentioned that for this for 2000 for 2020. So we have reported $2,000 here. Now control V. Just go to 1040 form 8889. Here you can see HSA. You can see the entire form 8889 in Drake software. Here you can see what you have ticked self only here. It is flowing here. Now HSA contribution you made for 2020, that is for $5,000. Line number 3, that if you were under age 55 at the end of 2020 and on the first day of every month during 2020 you were considered an eligible individual with the same coverage, entered $3,550. So this is for the coverage portion. Now we are assuming that the total amount for employer contribution is same, that is for $5,000, and here the total here the subtract. Please go read each of the line carefully. If you read the instructions, then you can automatically understand the form very well. Subtract line 11 from line number 8. So 11 is $5,000, and if 0 or less, enter 0. Now line number 13, HSA deduction. Enter the smaller of the line 2 or line 12 here on schedule 1. Guys, this form has some implication on schedule 1 and schedule 2 as well. Now we will have a quick look on schedule 1. Please go through the line number 13 of this form. Enter the smaller of line 2 or 12 here on and schedule 1 form 1040 part 2 line number 12. Have a look on schedule 1. Health saving account deduction. So nothing is flowing here. Okay, just quickly going to here. Now you can see some difference has come in this form. Subtract line 11 from line number 8. 11 from line number 8, it comes to $3,550, and enter the smaller value 2 and 12. So this is the amount. 2 is 5,000 and 12 is 3,550. So the smaller is 3,550. So here it is automatically reported in form 8889. So this amount has flown to schedule 1 line number 12, as you can see, $3,550. Okay, now again come to line 8889 form. Now come to part 2, HSA distribution. So what we have report in the distribution part is for $2,000 as per 1099 essay. Here I have mentioned 1099 essay for gross distribution HSA amount is $2,000. We have also reported in the direct. So it is flowing in line number 14. Total distribution you received in 2020 from all HSA is $2,000. Now the total HSA distribution is $2,000. Now come to line number 17B. Additional 20% tax. Enter 20% of the distribution included on line 16. So 2000, 20% of 2000 is 400. So please go through the line very carefully. This for $400 will come to schedule 2 from 1040 part 2 line 8. Now come to schedule 2 line number 8. See, instruction other code statement 1 for $400. Come to statement HSA description schedule 2 line 8 other taxes $400. You can see the entire thing discussed here, like check box C, enter HSA and the amount on the line next to the box. Now the total amount of adjustment comes to 3,550 plus this is the other amount. So this, if you think see this amount is, if you assume that this amount is not there, 2,445, so only $3,550 will come to 1040 as adjustment. Schedule 1 line number 22. This includes the other part as well. This includes $3,550. So this amount is deducted from there and it comes to AGI as 80,605. Now come to schedule 2 part. Second part 2, line number 8. Total tax amount is $400 and the total other tax comes to 5289. Now go to 1040. Page number 2. The other taxes line number 23 from schedule to line 10 is 5289. So guys, 8889 is a very important form. As you can see, this has several implications on different forms like 1040, schedule 1, schedule 2 as well. So whenever you prepare 8889, do it very carefully. I hope that you understand the form what I have discussed. So just I am quickly recapitulating what I have discussed. So basically HSA is a health saving account set up exclusively for paying the qualified medical expenses of the account beneficiary or the account beneficiary spouse or dependent. So the purpose of 8889 is to report HSA contribution, to figure out HSA deduction, report distribution from HSA, figure out the amount of income and additional taxes you may owe if you fail to an eligible individual. So this is all basic details of form 8889. Hope you have understood. Goodbye.